Hi, I'm Tara and I'm Disney Mummy with MS. In this video I wanted to talk about my MS symptoms because everyone who has MS, our symptoms can vary from a slight tingling of pins and needles to losing the strength in our hands and our legs, or having it affect our speech, or it can affect our memory. So I wanted to talk to you all about how it affects me. My current MS symptoms are pain, fatigue, vision problems, bladder problems, muscle weakness and numbness. I've already spoken in a previous video about pain and how it affects me daily. So for me, that is my worst symptom because I don't get a break from that one. So that is my worst one. What I'll do, I'll pop a link below on that previous video so you can watch that one. But yeah, pain for me isn't great. I do struggle with that one, and it's not a nice one because I don't get a break. The next one for me is fatigue. For me, that one fluctuates. I get good days and bad days. It depends if it's not one of those if you've just had a good night's sleep or not. Sleep can affect it. If I struggle with insomnia, that can affect my fatigue levels. But not getting as good a night's sleep doesn't necessarily make me struggle with fatigue. What can make me struggle with fatigue if I've done too much, or I'm just trying to memory problems, or the stress. If I get stressed about something or I'm getting worried about something, that can affect my fatigue levels as well. And it doesn't matter if I can go for a lie down or a nap, that's not going to help me. My fatigue levels will still be low, and it just feels like you just can't even cut your own food up because your arms, you can't even lift them. That is what fatigue is like. It's not just tiredness, it is just you have not got the energy to lift a muscle in your body. I think that's the best way I can describe it, really. Next one for me is bladder problems. Granted, my bladder problems are probably nowhere near as severe as what other people's bladder problems are. Without going into too much detail, without going into too much detail, I have bladder problems. I struggle. Sometimes I may need to go to the loo and I'm sitting there for ages and I just can't go. I know I need to go. I'm telling my brain, go, but nothing's happening. Which obviously you have to be careful in case you get an infection. So yeah, there's that. I have been to see the incontinence nurse, which was okay. I didn't really like them. I've also seen an incontinence physio, which I must admit I hated. That was one of the most worst experiences of my life. Most uncomfortable things. Did not like that at all. So yeah, I have not been back to see them again. So I'd rather just deal with my bladder. Currently, I feel my bladder problems are not bad enough for me to have to go to see anyone about them. I'd rather just deal with them by myself. Yeah, so that's my bladder issues out there to the world. Next is numbness in my feet. This is quite a new one for me. It all started in, let me think now, December 2017. It was a relapse for me, and it all started sort of a pins and needly tingling numbness sensation in my big toe. and it was really strange, something new that I have never ever felt before. So yeah, and it lasted for about a month. I'd say a month, 2 months before the feeling then came back. And then of August last year, yeah, August 2018, I can't remember my dates, August 2018, that then happened again. So, and they said that was a mild relapse. So it happened again with others, but it had slightly worsened as it had gone further down my foot. So rather than just being in the big toe, it was all down the ball of my foot, which was then making me struggle to walk, where previously I could walk but this time I couldn't. So that's my numbness. Next is vision problems. Now I have 2 different vision problems. The first one is what I was initially diagnosed with MS, and that is where optic neuritis, where the room is spinning, where I had sort of vertigo, where the room is spinning, and apparently that is where I'm trying to think of what my neurologist calls it. He says it's where the brain isn't sending the messages, or it is or it isn't. I'm trying to think now. Basically, the messages aren't going quick enough to the brain, and so that's why the room seems like it's spinning. So it's a horrible sensation. I don't like it. It does scare me a little. Luckily, I'm just trying to think. I think that's happened a couple of times, but nowhere near as major as like it was when I was first diagnosed. The next one happened, oh my goodness, now 4 or 5 years ago, and that is where I had a slight blurriness to my vision, and again that was a relapse, and that was awful because my eyesight went for quite a few weeks. Now I wear glasses anyway, and I have quite bad eyesight in my right eye. I had a turn in my right eye as a child, so I had to have an operation to correct it. So I don't see very well out of my right eye. So to then come along and have blurriness come out of my left, go into my left eye, to me, I couldn't really see at all. So that was very scary as well. That has only ever happened the once. That hasn't, since that went away, that one hasn't come back. Thank goodness, because that, for me, my vision is everything to me, and I would hate for that to go. My legs can go, my arms can go, anything can go, but as long as I can see, so I can see my girls, that's all that matters to me. So yeah, that's my vision. And then finally, another one of the big ones for me is I get muscle weakness in my mainly my right leg, but it does sometimes affect my left side, but it's mainly my right side, and it's just above my right knee. So what happens is I feel like my leg, it gives way just above my knee. So I feel like I can't even stand, let alone walk. And that has happened to me quite a few times. That has meant, because of that, and because of that muscle weakness in my legs, it has been quite bad. I've had quite a few, few relapses with that one, and not just relapses, but I've also had flare-ups, sort of where it's flared up when I've had a cold or when I've had a bug. So it's not been a relapse where I have any scarring on my brain, but it's happened when I've had a cold or a bug, or yeah. Basically, that one, if ever I'm not feeling great, that one will happen. I've been bedridden because of it, because I can't get down the stairs. I've been not been able to walk, so I've had to go in a wheelchair. Then as my strength goes back, I have to use a walking stick. I have to it can come at any time as well. So it's quite a scary one. So my muscle weakness for me isn't great, and can be upsetting, but I have become a pro at it and I'm used to it by now. It was really upsetting at first, I'm not gonna lie. I was devastated the first time I had to go in a wheelchair, and I was devastated the first time I had to go in a mobility scooter, but you know what, now I'm used to it. I've had my home adapted. I have drop down rails, I have side rails, I have everything you need to be able to live in your home, apart from a stair lift. I'm still in the process of getting that all sorted out, but at the minute, touch wood, we manage. When my legs are bad, I am bum shuffle, so is such the word. Luckily my arms aren't too bad, so I can pull myself up with my arms. My arms aren't too bad, so as long as I haven't got fatigue, I can pull myself up the stairs using my arms. Anyway, those are my MS symptoms. I would love to know what your MS symptoms are. Do any of you have similar symptoms as me? Do any of you struggle like I do? Also, I want to apologise to anyone for going on about my bladder. I know that may not have been what people want to hear. But then maybe you did want to hear about it. Maybe you want me to be open and honest with you all. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, I want to know about you guys. What are your MS symptoms? What do you struggle with? Please comment below, let me know. If you like this video, please like, please subscribe, and I hope to see you guys all again next time. Bye!